First of all, as usual, we split AMA session into 3 parts. The first part will be the marketing update. The second part will be the platform development update, and the third part will be, as usual, the AMA session itself. As for marketing, we will cover mostly the current efforts, so organic marketing, how we are promoting the app, incoming press releases, and so on, as well as rebranding. We have a cool screenshot to share with you with regard to rebranding. As for the platform development, Marius will take over to discuss what's coming for the upcoming weeks, and we will conclude with the AMA session. So, without further ado, let's start with the marketing update. So, at the moment, the biggest focus is combining both the organic marketing with paid promotion. So, as you can see, as we can observe from users in the application, from holders, number of holders, which keeps increasing day by day, it's a very efficient strategy. We've been promoting the application itself, so MarketMove charts, MarketMove, AI contract audits, and so on, with very good results. Why is it important? Because it's a kind of a viral factor, because while we provide utility, we bring new members to the community, we bring new investors, but organic marketing itself is not enough. That's why we've also started, for now, at a smaller scale, paid promotion. It includes Facebook ads, it includes paid influencers, and so on. Also, there's a very cool thing with specific influencers. We've managed to get a deal that they will use our MarketMove charts feature for analyzing other coins. So, for every video where they analyze a coin, they will just, use not PooCoin, not DEX tools, and so on, but use MarketMove. And this will be a very cool thing once we bring it to bigger YouTubers, to bigger influencers as well for the analysis. But the organic marketing here is a very, very important factor. We are repeating this, during every AMA session, but, based on the data from Google Analytics, based on the data from the application itself, from polls on our social media channels, this is a very cool promotion channel. We can find this on Reddit, people sharing this on Twitter, and so on. So we'll continue with that, and in a moment we'll go to the platform development update, which is strictly connected with that, because we have to really provide quality products, to bring this organic marketing to the next level. What's also coming? I think it's really cool to mention that we've started promotion with regard to newspapers. So in less than 2 weeks, there will be a Bloomberg article coming. So far, we've already had a few articles on major newspapers. We are promoting those articles on Facebook, on Google Ads, and so on. For now, this is a test campaign, but it seems to be very promising. So we'll continue doing that. And we'll boost everything with influencers. We are currently in contact with several YouTube influencers. I believe that the number of subscribers in total is about 5 million. So we'll pick the best ones, like the previous Altcoin Daily, which was very successful, and continue with that. So basically, just to sum it up, the strategy has not changed, and it's combining the organic marketing by promoting the application with paid promotion, including press releases, ads, influencers, and much more. And I believe this is really cool because, most projects can only promote, let's say, the token. They can only promote, what's coming. And we already have 2 working products which are used on a daily basis. So we'll continue with that. There's also one very important thing is we've mentioned rebranding, and we are doing this. We are working with a very, very professional graphic design and rebranding agency. As you can see here, this is from one of our brainstorming sessions, just an idea of how will most likely look like. So it's not, just another low market cap coin website and so on. This will look very, very professional, just to be on the same page with what we are offering and what we are going to offer. The colors are not yet decided. Most likely it will be something like the very light mint color, but just to give you an overview of what's coming with regard to the rebranding, because we really have, and each company really has to look professional from every possible angle, not only from the utility point, but also people are coming to our website, people are seeing our logo and so on. Everything has to be on the same page. That's why we don't want to rush it. We want to make it perfect here, and I believe that everyone, including ourselves, will be ourselves, and the whole community will be very satisfied with the results.
I think it also, can we? I just wanted to speak a few words about it since I'm in charge of the rebranding. Basically, there is also important one thing to mention here. You can really get a logo from Fiverr. You can do a rebranding in 1 week if you want to. And this is what you want to do if you want to have just a quick logo for a shitcoin or a quick project. But the thing is, if you really want to work on the branding, like to say professionally, and to build something that conveys the right message, that gives the trust, the professionalism, it takes a lot more than just asking, okay, here's the logo, here's the idea. Send me some suggestions. Basically, the agency we're working with is running multiple workshops with us to determine what we convey as a brand, what are the most important values, and the direction we're changing this company is to be something along the likes of the established companies with long history. So we want to stay away with your typical low market cap coin feel, and since we are offering a platform that people will use to trade using their money, we have to make sure that they're as secure as possible, not only through the actual project and product and how it works, but also through the branding. And that's why we decided to work with one of the definitely best and most renowned companies in the country to work on our branding. And that's the preliminary results. I think we would probably settle with some shade of mint, but as Michael said, this is not entirely decided yet. But why I'm even talking about this, I think it's very important for the holders, because that's really the way that, like, the first impression, how we present ourselves. And when we are reaching for the organic visitors through our platform, through the website or like ads, everything, it's very important that they get the right impression from the get-go. So if we can do this successfully, we significantly raise the probability that they will stay, learn more about the platform, and ultimately invest or become the active users of the platform and become the supporters of it. So that's where we're going with this. We want to be in the right league with all of the other coins that have like billion and more market cap, like something that you can trade on Binance. If you look at them, they all convey this professional branding that we are striving to achieve, and I feel like we have chosen the best partner. It's not as fast, but I believe that this is the right direction, that the right move, because at the end of the day, we want something that we have some branding, so we don't just need some branding to start. We need something that will stay with us for a longer time, that will stick in people's minds, memories, and that will be a real differentiator. So this is way more important than initially you can think.
Yeah, very well said, Marius. I totally agree, and the thing is that rebranding is much more than, just the graphic design, just the logo and so on. It's the whole perception of the brand, the very first impression. And be it, rebranding, be it organic marketing, building the platform, at this point, the project is still very early. and we are trying to build very solid fundamentals. And later we can build on top of that with everything. If you have a solid brand, if you have a solid utility, and use cases for the promotion, then that's much that everything becomes much simpler. And Marius, I think you agree with that, yeah? Totally. Let's maybe move then to the next part, which is also very important. So the platform development update. Maybe before I give the floor to Marius, I can say that building these fundamentals with every company, I believe it's really important to prioritize, to really understand what we are going after, and that's why consulting with the community, consulting with our advisors, it's really important to focus on quality over quantity. So to really make sure that the currently available products are top notch, that we improve them based on the feedback, not just rush with releasing new features and so on. But that's a big picture, and I think Marius can explain this really well with regard to what's coming, what's the current goal, and so on.
All right, so maybe a quick backstory, what we're building right now and why were we building this. So as most of you know, for all of the people that are with us for a bit shorter, the first feature we have released was the AI-based contract audit. And this contract audit was something that was not on the market yet. It was we were probably the first company that we have released the first tool that could analyze the source code of a contract in a meaningful way, detect issues and so on. And people really liked the tool, but the thing is, it wasn't comprehensive. So you kind of had to use the contract audit along with other tools to make sure that what you're building is to make sure that what you're investing in is actually safe. And this is kind of against the goal that we're trying to achieve here. The thing is that we want to be, as we're branding, a one-stop shop for that. So for the research and investing. So to deliver on that promise of being the one solution for the research, we have decided to revamp and change the name and purpose of the tool from AI contract audit to a safety audit. So what this means, the way it works is it analyzes, I think with the screenshot it may be a bit more clear what this is. So as you currently use the platform, you have the chart, but on the other tab you will be able to see the 360 view on the token's safety and security. So obviously the contract part will stay with us, so you will still be able to analyze the contract, but we will take a look at the smallest and smallest possible issues with the token at all. So we will be looking at the holders of the distributions. So maybe the top 5% or 10% holders have too much tokens, and we should tell you about it. We will be also looking at the liquidity pool. If there is enough funds to support a healthy growth of a particular token, or if the liquidity pool is unlocked and somebody may use that as an opportunity to withdraw funds from it, or possibly also how the situation looks like with respect to taxes, if the taxes are like declared on the website white paper, or maybe if it's even honeypot or other some sort of a threat for your funds, and how this changes. So, but this is a lot of information to digest, and we want to save you from thinking about all of that. So we analyze all of these data points and give you a very simple to digest score in different categories, so that you can really make sure that this token is something that you want to invest with, or if this is something that you want to stay in. So if you're interested in diving deeper, you can always do that. But if you just want to take a quick look, you will see the most important issues you should be aware of. And the way you will be able to use this is just look at the most pressing issues and raise them with the team. Or if you believe that this is too shady, maybe you don't want to invest whatsoever. So you will have the let's say, the master view and the detail view. So the master view will just give you a quick overview, just like points, if this is generally safe, generally not safe. And then if you want to, you can go into the details to further your research. So currently, to be able to do that, you would have to use multiple tools. If you ask me, they're not very convenient. They also don't have everything that you may need to be able to make an informed decision. And I believe that this tool will make this research way, way, way faster, presenting this in a very digestible, easy to understand form, and will tremendously help anybody conduct this research faster and decide if this is the right opportunity for them or if they want to pass. And this is releasing by the end of the month. It was a lot of people asked for these features, so this is not just like our decision, this is a very much community-driven decision. Our initial plans were a bit different, but people said that, we really love the contract audit, but it's just not enough. It only analyzes the contract. Some of the people didn't actually understand that this is just a contract, and I don't blame them. I mean, they thought like, okay, so this was obvious, scam, and you said 100%. Why was that? Because the contract was fine, but the other things were just not fine. And we have to make sure that all of the boxes are checked, all of the things are covered. That's why safety audit is going to help you all very, very, very soon.
Yeah, Marius, and I have a question to you. What do you think is, or what are the most important factors to look at when you're analyzing and when you analyze, a token safety? Because obviously, from my perspective, it's not only the contract itself, but it's also like, what's the percentage that top holders have of a token? Sometimes you have, let's say, 20% of the total supply, and even though the contract is safe, it still can be rug pulled because that's another factor. So I wonder what's your approach here, while building this tool? What things do we analyze here?
Okay, so first of all, I would definitely look at the distribution of holders. So and also the distribution of the liquidity pool. So these are the two things. Before that, I would also look at the taxes to make sure that if I buy, I would be able to sell this token. And when I have this information and I see that, let's say, 80% of the token total supply, or like 30% of the token total supply even, is in one hand, or like in a couple of people's, wallets, not necessarily people, hands, that may mean that they are just waiting for the right opportunity to dump. And if this is the case, the very first thing I would do is at least make sure that this is not going to happen. So you have to be aware of that. Another thing is if the liquidity pool is locked. For example, our liquidity pool is locked for 10 years, and most of the liquidity is also locked, so there is no possibility of using that. But for certain scam tokens, you can have as much as 100% of the liquidity unlocked, so that that developer teams can just withdraw it any time, and effectively the token will not be able to trade. Even though it isn't a honeypot, they could withdraw everything and the token will just not be able to trade anymore. So this would be the most important thing I would look at. And having all that, I would still, jump on the right chats, telegrams, everything, look for comments, look at the other people, ideally find somebody in the community and speak with them about it. And only then I would make a decision to invest, to move forward.
Yeah, very well said. That general purpose, I totally agree, is to, analyze different factors before investing. And this is what we are trying to achieve here. So basically, we really listened to your feedback, and the feedback was, guys, you need to analyze much more than just the contract. We totally agree. And this is exactly what we are doing here, so apart from the contract, analyzing holders, analyzing liquidity, some shady transactions and so on, just to provide you with a full, 360 view of a token safety. Yep, and this will be coming very soon. And I believe that this will also help us with the promotion from the organic marketing perspective. Because the quality will be much higher, this will cover many more cases than previously. Yeah, and I think we can also cover what's coming next. So and what we've already achieved with regard to charts and so on. So Marius, you can take over to maybe discuss this. So charts and the future roadmap.
All right, so basically the charts have been released. We have received a lot of feedback that helped us improve it over time. Right now we're focused mostly on the AI safety audit, but that doesn't mean we still see that there are things in the charts you would like to see, some improvements, maybe some bugs. Right now way smaller than with the initial release. So we take care of all that, but most importantly, there is a very long-awaited feature of MarketMove Trade, so that we like to call it decentralized Binance, and it's really it. So you will be able to trade to set strategies like stop loss, like limit orders. You will be able to exchange with the best possible rate. Running a search through different exchanges, you will be able to do that on all of the tokens you like and more, and it will also be helpful even to help people buy Move, because we have noticed that some of the people actually that they want to invest, they for example don't know the slippage and everything. So our tool will detect it automatically, and it will make it way easier for the people to besides just stop loss and limit order, it will just even make people easier to buy certain tokens. Unfortunately, it's very difficult through PancakeSwap right now, because you have to think about the slippage, you have to understand everything. It's very buggy, and frankly, I don't really like it. So I believe that this is going to help investing on the BSC and in the future on other Ethereum compatible chains way easier and way more straightforward and convenient.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that. We are trying to build not only one products, but a full suite of tools just to help people invest safely, just to lower this entry barrier. And as Marius has said, so after improving the existing products, we will move further with the roadmap. And at every point, we want to make sure that everything is 100% secure. Is especially important with, when talking about trading, and features like this, where we basically trade our funds.
Okay, I disconnected the headphones. So I hope the sound quality is decent. But what I just wanted to say is that we should really think beyond the Binance Smart Chain. I mean, this is the platform we have started. This is where we have really started developing again the initial community, and I'm very grateful for it. That being said, there are so many chains, even beyond Ethereum, that are compatible with the protocol. And what that means in layman folks terms is that we could adapt, and we will adapt our platform to other chains, and you will be able to manage all of your assets in one place. So you don't have to think that this is a tool just for the BSC, but you will be you could be also using that for other chains and all of the other tokens. Possibly also exchanging cross-chain tokens and coins. So this is way more than that. This aims to unify your DeFi experience across all of the chains you can that are compatible, which are, well, a lot of them. So the vision is way stronger that you can think about initially, and this is also something that we're going to talk in the next couple of AMAs. This is still being refined, but just like a sneak peek for you.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole vision has evolved a lot. Also, we'll be looking for additional funding, and just to take everything to the next level. That's why the rebranding thing will come in handy, with regard to the whole perception of the brand, the professionalism, and so on. And I'm really excited for the upcoming months, because at this point we are so early that it's crazy. with only 2 features out, and the most important features, in my opinion, like MarketMove Trade, to come. So I guess we can go straight to the AMA. Thank you very much for listening to us so far. And if you have any questions, so please raise your hand.
I have a question. I went through the MarketMove, and then I'm able to search the new coins, which is listed in CoinGecko and then CoinMarket. Is there any possibility that the early coins, which is not listed in CoinGecko or in CoinMarket, how do we track that kind of projects to know it's genuine?
Yeah, so basically, we're still working on, we're still improving the search. That being said, we prefer to use the, let's say, reputable sources like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap for the coins, as because the freshly launched, let's say, tokens or coins are not always tested and safe. So in this case, it's best if you just paste the address into the search box.
Yeah, I tried some projects, but I'm not able to find those. Something I tried, which is just launched projects, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the best way, because I would have to look at it, but if you have such things, like if you're dissatisfied with how the search works and you believe that a project should come up, if I could ask you and everybody, if you have any such suggestions and bugs, to fill out our report form, it's at app.marketmove.ai/report. I will post it right away on the official community chat.
You should be allowed to speak, Mile. You might have to.
Yeah, hi there. I just bought your token. I'm from the Philippines. I saw a YouTube video about you guys. I have 2 questions. The first question, do you have like a Telegram group for Filipino investors?
I can answer this. I think we should have one. So after this AMA session, I can send a list of of groups for each country. I believe we have Philippines, China, and other countries as well. So yeah, I believe we do have one.
Isn't there a yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. One last question. I know that this is way beyond the roadmap, but I saw your roadmap from the website, and it says there we're also planning to apply for Binance listing. Do you have any timeline for that?
So basically, we will, as for Binance listing, we are already in the process. There's a listing form, and with each big update of the project, you upload new documents, you upload the updates to the listing form. So it's already ongoing. It's very difficult to provide a specific time frame because obviously it's not dependent. It's not dependent on us, but on Binance. But hopefully very very soon. I believe next year should be realistic to speak. So to speak, we'll be bridging to Ethereum. We'll be releasing the full platform as well as going for additional funding. So I believe that this will be, let's say, a realistic time frame. But prior to that, we'll also go for other centralized exchanges. We are taking small steps here because obviously, in our opinion, and talking with our advisors, just going for big exchanges when you are still small, when you are still in your infancy, is just an overkill. It also costs a lot. So yeah, just to answer this question, the listing, let's say, application is ongoing. The listing itself is dependent on Binance, but prior to that, we will also apply for other centralized exchanges, and I believe that end of December, end of January will be something like the next exchange here. Combined with the other points in the roadmap.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks. Good job. Thanks.
Thank you, man. You're welcome. So if anyone has any questions, please raise your hand.
Yeah, any news about the MarketMove in app in Google Play Store or App Store?
So the way we're currently offering the MarketMove app is through the website. You can just go through the website, and this is mobile optimized, and all of the new features will also be mobile optimized. So if you want to have it as an app, you can just use the built-in phone functionality to set the website to, like, let's say, create a shortcut on your screen to have the website as an app. But it doesn't really make sense to put it on the App Store because you can use it on any mobile because it's optimized.
Maybe I can also just add one thing to the answer about App Store and so on. So, ultimately we can consider that, but for now, as Marius has said, everything is optimized. So basically you can go through, go with any mobile browser and it will work really well. Yeah, but ultimately we can consider that it's not a priority at the moment. But we can go for the last question. So if you have anything to ask us, so please raise your hand.
Hey guys, this is AF. I fixed my audio issue. I had a question for you about exposing an API endpoint potentially for the contract audit. We've seen the community, I think, really, getting behind the project and being willing to build some really unique and interesting tools based on your technology. Is that something you would consider in the future so that technical folks in the community could really leverage the tools and the output from the contract audit in some interesting tools and ways to promote the contract audit in new ways?
Yeah, I actually think this is a very good idea, since it doesn't even require that much effort, because the app is developed in the REST API standard anyway. So just to make sure that it's well documented and has like an API key, I think it would be very worthwhile. As for the time, I cannot tell you right now, but if there is a significant interest, we could have like something like this. Also, like with a showcase of user developed applications, I think that would be very, very helpful. If people have great ideas, let's see it happen.
Just put us to work. We're happy to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I think I can also say a very huge thank you to the community, because we have a couple of people who have been helping us, with promoting the application. The API is a very good idea, because even at this point, a community member helped us, to develop some bots for promoting the contract audit on Twitter, on Reddit. So, big shout out, let's say, here, and this is definitely a very cool idea. I guess we can end the AMA. So just to sum everything up for people who have just joined. So there will be a contract audit evolved version coming by the end of November. It will be called AI Safety Audit. It will include many more cases, use cases, like liquidity analysis, holders analysis, some shady transactions, and so on. And it will be a very big thing with regard to organic marketing. There will be Bloomberg article coming as well. We've also covered the rebranding. I really like the whole approach here. Colors might change, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. If you have any questions, with regard to the platform, any feedback, any improvements, you can go directly to app.marketmove.ai/report and use the form to submit them. Yep.
So who came up with this awesome design for the safety audit?
So I think the shout out here is to our front-end developer. He may,
okay, because it's really impressive.
All right, thanks a lot. I will pass it to them. But I agree. Impression is one thing, but the clarity is information is what we're really aiming to achieve here. So we want to make sure that it's not only cool, but also useful and helps you get the right information on the spot, as opposed to looking through it to be able to do that. So I hope we will achieve this job. I'm sure that there will be additional feedback after we release the application, and we will be running the typical iterational cycles. I wanted to say once again, thank you very much to everybody who fills the form. I must assure you, we read through all of the submissions, so it's not just like a black box. Actually, you helped us detect a lot of issues in the charts so far. Without some of the submissions, we will be not even be able to spot it. And sometimes people DM me about this, like, I really like any form of feedback, but to be honest, it's so much information coming from all of the different sides. I'd really prefer that everybody who has anything to say about the improvements really uses the form, because otherwise the information may get lost, may get forgotten. And in the form, it's all in the one place, so we can go through it one by one, and it really helps this way. Because all of the development team has the access to the form responses, and if I just get a DM and I in a rush or something, I may just not pass it, and it will be lost, and it would be a shame. So please just use the form. I'm sure, I assure you that everything is right. It's not like a black box that some companies just say, yeah, we care about your feedback, blah blah blah. It's not the case. We actually need the feedback to make sure that what we're building is useful. So like a lot of good things. And the wallet, the hiding, and the improvements to the spam filter is all of the result of discussion with the community. Some of the bugs of the like weird tokens that act in weird way, like very low market cap or very low price, like 10 decimals. It's all of the things that only were fixed thanks to the community, and there is still a lot of things we didn't have time to work on, but we are aware of. So it really matters that you're doing all of this, and thanks again. And if you want to have your favorite tool get better faster, then this is the best way.
Yeah, thank you very much to the whole community, to Marius and our tech team. Guys have been doing such a great job, because developing these products in such a short time frame is a really challenging task. So thank you to everyone here. And I believe we can conclude the AMA. It will be uploaded on YouTube as usual. If you have any follow-up questions, so please write them in the main chat. I will be available for a couple more hours there, so I'll try to answer them as well. Yeah, and thank you everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.